UFC 319 is this Saturday, and I'm going to break down the entire card, starting with the first fight, Kareem Silva versus JJ Aldrich. We don't care. Moving on, Brian Battle versus Nursultan Ruzaboev. I'm going Brian Battle here, even though this is at middleweight. I don't know why Brian Battle is at middleweight. Maybe they forced him to move up. But Brian Battle, he's got grit. He's got the ability to clinch up when shit ain't going well for him. And he's just improved a lot in his career. Whereas Ruzaboev, he has power. He is a scary striker. But I don't see him finishing Battle here. Brian Battle by decision. Moving on. It's a good matchup here. Edson Barboza versus Drakkar Klose. Now, I am a big Barboza fan. I think he's going to finish this fight in like the second or third round. Because Drakkar Klose, he looked like a victim on his feet last fight, man. I know he's fighting fucking 28-year-old Joel Alvarez. And this ain't 28-year-old Joel Alvarez. This is crafty vet, old grizzly Edson Barboza. And I just don't see Drakkar Klose being able to bring any kind of challenge, any sort of threat on the feet to Barboza. Barboza is going to keep at range. Drakkar Klose doesn't have the range. He doesn't have the pressure. He doesn't have the power. He doesn't have the wrestling. What does he have? I don't know. Barboza is going to make this look easy. Second to third round KO from Edson Barboza. Moving on. Chase Hooper versus Alexander Hernandez. I'm going to go Hooper by submission. Hernandez is kind of he's very, very, very deceptively unwell-rounded. He seems like he's got, all the skill sets. He's like a wrestler, got power on his feet. But after the second round, after the first 3 minutes, all of it falls apart and he has no jiu-jitsu. All right? I've never seen Hernandez be able to defend a good transition, to be able to deny a back take, stuff like that. What Hooper is going to be doing. If Hernandez takes this to the ground, he's honestly putting himself in more danger than letting Chase Hooper take him to the ground. Hernandez's game plan is to play keep away here, but I don't see him having enough cardio to keep that up. Hooper is going to be able to gas him out, climb on his back, and sub him. I'm going to go Hooper by third round sub. Moving on. Jessica Andrade versus Lupi Godinez. A lot of people are going for Godinez. I understand. She's the younger fighter. She's a little more versatile. Excuse me. But I'm going to go her Andrade. I smell Andrade fraud check coming where her power is just too much for no footwork Godinez. That's my pick. Moving on. I'm not going to dive too deep into it. Gerald Meerschaert versus Mikhail Alexeychik. Here's the thing about GM3, man. You can always, any day of the week, you can count on a GM3 round 3 crafty vet sub, and that's what I'm picking, baby. GM3 round 3 submission with like a guillotine or some shit. I don't see Mikhail having the finishing ability to finish Gerald in the first round. I think he could hurt him, but I don't see him being able to put it together to find that finish. Moving on to the opener, or the headliner of the prelims, Bobby Green versus Diego Ferreira. Now, this would have been a compelling matchup about 5 years ago, but it's not 5 years ago. This is post name change Bobby Green, and post name change Bobby Green gets knocked out by a gust of wind. He gets chinned by anything, and he's just aged terribly in his career, whereas Ferreira has aged amazing. He is the crafty vet of the lightweight division. He is the guy that's like, oh, I don't know if I want to get this guy. Maybe we can get a Bobby Green matchup. Bobby Green is the matchup that the up-and-coming prospects at lightweight are looking for, not Diego Ferreira. Diego Ferreira has power on his feet. He has the grappling. And, maybe, again, 5 years ago, I would have picked Bobby Green to do the crafty sprawl and brawl on the back foot, stinging with big shots thing that he does. But this ain't 5 years ago. And Ferreira is going to catch him with the overhand right. I'm going Ferreira by second round KO here. Moving on. Tim Elliott versus Kaya Sakura. I'm going Kaya Sakura. I just don't, even though these guys are actually very similar, both guys lost to a divisional great in their debut in the UFC, and it has done nothing of relevance afterwards, even though Tim Elliott is like way older. He's the older generation. I just find that similarity kind of interesting. But Kaya Sakura is just too explosive, man. Tim Elliott, plotty, wobbly, cobbly on the feet, old as shit. I just see him trying to go for something like, oh, Kai Sakura, he's so open coming in. I'm gonna try to counter. Boom, finished. I'm gonna go Asakura. First round finish. First round knockout. Moving on. Jared Cannonier versus Michael Venom Page. I'm actually gonna make a separate video. I'm gonna bring out the beakers and test tubes and really break this down. But I'm going Jared Cannonier here. I will, because I think he'll be able to use the calf kick and track down the MVP and be more patient and maybe even use that wrestling. Moving on. And it'll be on the top right. Jeff Neal versus Carlos Prates. I'm probably gonna make another video breaking this down, and it will be on the top right. But I'm going Carlos Prates by knockout. I see him being able to finish Jeff Neal here. Moving on. Lerone Murphy versus Aaron Pico. I will not make a separate matchup for breakdown for this because I don't care about either of these guys. I'm not falling for the Lerone Murphy propaganda. I don't care about Lerone Murphy. And I'm not falling for the Aaron Pico propaganda either. Look, gun to the back of your head, name 5 Aaron Pico opponents. I know you couldn't do that. So I'm gonna go Lerone Murphy by the good old fashioned, there's levels to this. Alright, moving on to the main event. I am gonna pick Dricus DuPlessis by decision, and I will have another video breaking this down. But I just see him being able to bring in specifics and work Chimaev in the first round to the point where Chimaev isn't able to get a finish, and DuPlessis is able to win the later rounds easily with specific stuff that he brings on the feet. Yeah, man. I just wanted to get this out, chop up all of these breakdowns into one video. And then I'm going to break down the real interesting ones in other videos. And they will be cards that are labeled on the top right. So if you enjoyed, like, subscribe. If you disagree, leave a comment. I'll catch you at the next one, man. Peace.